College. I warmly welcome you all to this online National Faculty Development Program on Shiva Katha and Leadership Insight, a study in Indigenous Management Wisdom, jointly organized with the Nucleus of Learning and Development. This FDP is a unique initiative that connects Indian knowledge systems with contemporary management learning. Through the rich narratives of Lord Shiva, we will explore themes of transformation, resilience, inclusivity, and ethical leadership, valuable insights for today's academic and organizational context. In collaboration with the Nucleus of Learning and Development, which is dedicated to academic innovation and professional growth, this program strives to build meaningful learning ecosystems where tradition and modernity converge. Now, to formally begin the proceedings, I invite Dr. R. Vadimukarati, convener of this FTP and Assistant Professor of English at FBC Mahalakshmi College for Women, to deliver the welcome address. She will also introduce us briefly to the legacy and achievements of the college. Please.
Thank you, Vikash sir. Thank you so much. Vanakkam, namaste, and good evening to all the participants. And in Tamil, we say Anbe Shivam, which means love is Shiva. With that inclusive and universal message, I extend my warmest greetings to everyone gathered here in this online National Faculty Development Program on Shiva Katha and Leadership Insights, a study in Indigenous Management Wisdom. Every gathering begins with a spark of energy. Just as Shiva's dance symbolizes rhythm and renewal, today we come together to explore rhythm of wisdom in leadership. This faculty development program aligns with a larger academic movement to integrate IKS, that is Indian knowledge system, into higher education. Across universities today, IKS is gaining importance not only to preserve our heritage, but also to reframe timeless wisdom of our heritage for the contemporary challenges in leadership, management, and organizational growth. By revisiting indigenous narratives such as Shiva Katha, we enrich our global academic dialogue with unique perspectives from our own traditions. At the outset, I would like to thank our collaborator, the Nucleus of Learning and Development Gujarat, especially Dr. Pradhiman Raj, for bringing us all together to this unique intellectual journey. And it is indeed the honor to have with us our moderator, Dr. Vikash Rajpopat, our distinguished resource person, Mr. Nainesh Parekh, whose insights will guide us in exploring the deeper connections between narrative traditions and leadership practice. So just as Lord Shiva transforms chaos into harmony through this cosmic dance, may this program transform our learning into light and our discussions into new pathway of leadership. I take pride in being part of this meaningful endeavor with these thoughts and in spirit of Anbe Shivam. I hope you all know that Anbe Shivam means love as the highest leadership. I warmly welcome all the participants, scholars, colleagues to the 6-day FTP. May it be a rewarding experience of reflection, dialogue, and inspiration. Anbe Shivam to all of you. Thank you, sir. Over to you, Vikas, sir. Thank you.
Thank you very much, ma'am. Now, we are honored to welcome Mr. Nainesh Parekh as the resource person for today's the 6 days faculty development program on Shiva Katha and its management learning. Mr. Parekh is a seasoned professional with over 3 decades of rich experience in management and human resources. His illustrious career of 33 years spans across multiple sectors, including telecommunications, logistics, advertising, and human resources. He is currently the business head of his enterprise, Ascent Advertising, an advertising and designing company, and has earlier served in senior managerial roles at reputed organizations such as Tata Press, DHL, and Usha Martin Telecom. Academically, Mr. Parekh holds a bachelor's degree in commerce and has further specialized with postgraduate diplomas in advertising management and human resources. His professional journey is marked by a rare blend of corporate expertise and academic engagement. Alongside his corporate achievements, Mr. Parekh is deeply involved in academia as a visiting resource faculty member at several esteemed institutions across Gujarat. His teaching and training expertise covers advertising, management, branding, the science of color, and Indian life. It is his, it is this unique integration of management insight with cultural and mythological wisdom that makes him an inspiring figure. In particular, Mr. Parekh has developed a niche in interpreting things not merely as spiritual narrative, but as a profound source of management learning, leadership, resilience, and strategic thinking. Today, we are privileged to have him share his deep knowledge, weaving together ancient wisdom and modern management practices, offering us a fresh perspective of leadership and organizational learning to the lens of Shiva Katha. Please join me in warmly welcoming Mr. Nainat Parekh. Please, sir.
Thank you, Dr. Vikas. And as ma'am said, Vadakkam, good evening to everyone. And I always would like to be called as an ad man because that has been my area of, area of Atman. So I'm an ad man, and before starting my presentation, let me just share the screen and then we will talk about it. Just a second. Technical glitch, give me a second, gentlemen. Able to see the screen?
Just visible point.
Okay. Just a minute. Able to see the screen?
Yeah. Screen is visible. Using F5 will make it full screen. The presentation will be full screen.
Full screen.
F5.
Yeah. Just a second. Okay. Sorry for the technical glitch. I'm 60-year-old, so that is very likely. Anyway, once again, good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to this presentation. This journey is for 6 days, and I will start with how this presentation has come up and what are we going to see during or what are we going to experience during this 6 days journey, and why Shiv Katha, why what happened. So as you see on the screen, I had tossed the name Maheshment. That is Mahesh and management. Shivo Bhutva Shivam Yajit. to worship the Shiva, we need to be Shiv. This is what it means literally. Now, coming to this presentation and what I am going to present today and for the coming 6 days, let me give you a little brief on that. So, how I have come to this presentation, that is the first and foremost thing. There is a story behind the story. Once I was at one Shiv temple. This was the normal occurrence, or this is rather the normal occurrence for me whenever I need some peace of mind, or whenever I am unhappy, or whenever I am happy, I visit the Shiv temple. So there is a beautiful temple in my town, and it has a very, it's a very serene temple, and from the aesthetic point of view, it's a beautiful Shiv temple with a beautiful Shiv lingam. So I was just sitting and meditating in my own mannerism, and suddenly I could see there is a group of young students. All the students were from the foreign countries. Some were Norwegian, some were Canadian, some were Spanish, so on and so forth. So the student group, they might have come in some student exchange program in renowned university here at Rajkot. So they were visiting the Shiv temple, and that particular group was led by an Indian boy. So that boy took them to the Shiv Lingam and started explaining about the Shiv Lingam. And his explanation was that this is a male procreation organ and female procreation organ, kind of the explanation he started giving to the fellow students. This disturbed me a lot. Now, this guy may be technically correct, but this cannot be the definition of what we understand for the Shivlingam. To me, or rather to everyone, Shivlingam is the Advait of supreme conscious and supreme energy. It is the Advait of Shiva and Shakti. It is the Advait of Purush and Prakriti. Nirakar, Omkar, how it can be defined in such Ruth mannerism. It was very crude definition which was given by that boy. But it was not his fault. He probably has never understood the spiritual significance. He has never traveled to that path of the journey. Rather, no one has talked about. And that very moment, I realized that there has to be something, or rather, we should develop something so that this Gen Z could understand the real essence of our Indian mythology. And from that onwards, this journey started for me, and I developed this presentation. I had given this presentation at so many places, and to be very honest, in fact, Gen Z appreciated the most. So I felt this works, and this is how I started. Just a second. Why these slides are not changing? All right. So, as I mentioned that we are going to talk on, or my journey started with understanding the significance of Shiva, with the modern science or the modern management theories. And when we want to discuss the Adi Guru, and when we want to talk about the Lord of the Lord Mahadev, it has to start with the prayer. So here is my prayer for Lord Shiva. Vande Deva Umapatim Surguru Vande Jagat Karanam Vande Pannaga Bhushanam Mrugadaram Vande Pashunam Pati Vande Shurya Shashanka Vahaniyanam Vande Mukundam Priyam Vande Bhakta Janashrayam Chavaradam Vande Shivam Shankaram Vande Shivam Shankaram. I bow to Lord Shiva, I bow to Lord Shiva and Shankara, the Adi Guru. And here I start with my presentation. But before that, few disclaimers from my end. Our religious text is so wide, and hence we will find the same legend or the same story depicted in different mannerisms. So I do not claim for any of the religious texts to be that this particularly begins to this particular Upanishad, because when I read the same story, I found it mentioned in depicted in Skanda Puran differently, in Shiva Puran differently, in Garuda Puran differently. So I picked up the popular legend for the explanation. So that is my disclaimer. Number two, I am not an academician, so my methodology would be different. So bear with me. And third, what are you going to take from this presentation? So if you look at it, one, the synchronicity which I have developed with the Shiva Katha and the management theory. So this is a novel way of presenting this to the students. So that is something which you can take from this particular presentation. Second is the storytelling. As an admin, that is our favorite subject. We have been doing this since 3 decades. So storytelling is something which you can take it as a take. And very important is connecting the Gen Z, the students, to our mighty and cultural things with the Hori heritage. So we will start our presentation. I will take you to the presentation. I may go. Some problem is there. Just give me a second. Okay.
If I will make it full screen, if you want to, if it is full screen, and then if you want to change this way. Are you finding difficulty in changing the slide or what, sir?
Yeah, I'm finding little difficulty in 1 second. Give me a second. Give me a second.
Yeah. The slide is changing.
Give me a second. Okay. Visually, I am cut off now, but you can have my audio. Right. So the first among all the different chapters is the knowledge management. What is knowledge management? Let us first define that. Knowledge management is a systematic process of identifying, creating, organizing, sharing, and applying knowledge within an organization to improve decision making and efficiency. What are the benefits for individual? If you manage your knowledge, what are the benefits to individual? It helps and develop the skills, enhance problem solving, and provide access to valuable insights. So what are the benefits for the organization? It encourages innovation, streamlines the processes, and foster the collaborations. There are two different type of knowledges which I will share with you, and we will also see a small video for that. Tacit and explicit knowledge. What does it mean? Tacit and explicit knowledge converts tacit, which is known as internalized or intuitive knowledge, into explicit, which is structured or documented knowledge, and vice versa, to ensure continuous learning. What you will receive as the final outcome? It drives both individual growth and overall organizational success. So, to understand knowledge management, I want to take you to the story or the legend of Ganga and Jata, or Ganga Avtaran. So again, I start with the episode. And before I start with the episode, let me show you on screen. There is a beautiful painting by Simon Ram. When I had seen this painting first ever time in some gallery at Goa, I was, amazed to see the painting, but I was confused with one thing, that the Ganga, which is falling into the Jata or the dreadlock of Shiva, why she had been depicted into the red hue. Ideally, water should be depicted in blue or white or light greenish hues and not in the red. I will connect this dot when we come to that. So now I start with the episode and we will connect that dot, why Ganga was depicted in the red color or the pink hue. Yavad Bhagirathi Ganga, Yavad Devo Maheshwara, Yavad Veda Pravantate, Tvatam Vijay Bhava. As long as Gangaji exists, as long as Lord Shiva is there, as long as the mantra of Vedas are sung in the world, till then we have victory everywhere. So we come to the legend of Ganga Avtaran. Once there was a very mighty king, Sagar. Sagar was Samrat of a huge kingdom, but he was very mighty. And he wanted to be the Chakravarti Samrat. The hierarchy, it goes up. So he performed the Ashwamedh Yagna. Now this Sagar has magically acquired 60,000 sons. This is how our religious text or the legend goes. He magically acquired 60,000 sons. So he has 60,000 sons and he was performing the Ashwamedh Yagna. Quite a big yagna. Now, in this yagna, there is a ritual, and the integral part of this ritual is a horse. A very healthy horse is left from the yagna place, and wherever this horse travels, wherever, the army of the king also follows. So, at whichever place the horse has traveled, that particular kingdom is part of the king who is performing the yagna. So this process was going on and horse was left to move the entire kingdom. Now, what happened? Whenever any great penance happens on earth, or whenever any mighty king appears on the earth, Indra gets upset with that. Indra is a beautiful character. I have kept it little light-hearted, so it should not give much of the Lord. Indra is a character who is always jealous about so many things. So Indra got jealous about the happening with King Sagar. He felt that this king will become very, very mighty, and tomorrow possibly he may also take the Devlok. So he will be in trouble. So what Indra did, Indra smartly took the horse and he went to the Patal Lok. And he tied this horse in front of the hut of sage Kapil. Now, sage Kapil, the Kapil Rishi, what we understand by, he was in meditation for several years. And when this horse was tied, the 60,000 sons with the army, they were following that. So they went to the Patal Lok and they see that this horse has been taken by sage Kapil. Without understanding, they started hurling a lot of insults to sage Kapil, all possible bad words. Now, sage Kapil, who opened his eyes after the several years, there was kind of fierce flow of fire from his eyes. And with this fierce flow of fire, all the 60,000 sons of King Sagar burnt into the ashes within seconds. Woof. Now, descendant of Sagar, the king Sagar, and son of Dilip, Bhagirath, the king Bhagirath, he came to the knowledge about this fate, and he felt that this particular sons of Sagar, who was burnt with the ashes, who was burnt from the fierce flow of sage Kapil, as per the Hindu rituals, they must be wandering as the ghosts. So he felt that I should need to do something. So what he did is he performed a severe penance to Lord Brahma. And Lord Brahma is again very interestingly, if you read the legends, majority of the boons provided are by Lord Brahma. He is very pleased to be, easy to be pleased. So Brahma appeared and asked for the boon. So Bhagirath asked for the boon that I want, the salvage for all my ancestors. And Brahma said, that is possible. And how it is possible? That I had to ask the river of heaven, Ganga, river of heaven, Ganga, to come down to earth and Netherlands and cleanse the soul of this 60,000 sons who has been burnt to the ashes. So Bhagirath was happy with that. Brahma went to heaven and straight away passed the order to Ganga that you are supposed to descend on earth and Netherlands and cleanse the soul of this Sagar's son. Now, Hearing so, getting such instruction from the boss, Ganga could not refuse, could not object to that particular order, but she was highly disturbed. She felt that this is humiliating. I am the river of Ganga who has been brought from the Kamandal, the pot of Brahma, and I am floating near the feet of Vishnu, and I am a river, I am a beautiful river of heaven. Am I supposed to do this task? This is the discounted task for her. So she cannot refuse to the particular performance or the particular task, but she was not happy. She was not only unhappy, but she decided something in her mind. What she decided? She decided that now I will descend on earth and Netherlands, but I will descend with such a fierce flow that I will wash off the entire earth and entire Netherlands forever, finish. Now this came to the knowledge of Bhagirath. So he got terribly upset and scared. And he again went to Brahma, asking what could be the solution. Brahma said that the only one who could provide you the solution is Lord Shiva. Go to Lord Shiva and take his advice or take the solution from Lord Shiva. So Bhagirath rushes to the Shiva, and Shiva said, don't worry, I will trap the water of Ganga, the fierce flow of Ganga. Need not to worry. So what happened was, Ganga was descending with the fierce flow. She was descending with the vengeance. And now I am connecting that dot, which we have been talking, or which I have shown you in the initial slide. As she was furious, as she was terribly upset, and as she was descending with the vengeance, Ganga was depicted in the red hue. She was upset, so it was the red hue. But when she gets closer to the earth, she finds surprisingly that Lord Shiva, the Lord of the Lords, Mahadev, he has opened up his dreadlock, the jata, and I am supposed to descend on the mastisk or the head of the Lord Shiva. And immediately the hue has changed from red to slowly blue. Now Shiva opened his dreadlock, accepted the fierce flow of Ganga, and then he churned that fierce flow so very well, and from that jata, he allowed the 7 streams to be passed on to the earth and Netherlands. The 7 stream of Ganga, which we all know, are Bhagirathi, Janvi, Bilganga, Mandakini, Rishi Ganga, Saraswati, and Alak Nanda, which merges at Devprayag. So this 7 streams, which are cool, calm, and composed, were passed on to the earth and Netherlands. Then what happened? Ganga, finally, she was now sanctified. Remember one thing, Ganga was very pure and sacred when she was in heaven, but she got sanctified when she descended on the head of Lord Shiva. So finally, the sacred and sanctified Ganga cleansed the soul of the ancestor of Bhagirath and so many others, and she remained on the earth as the cool, calm, composed streams. We call it as River Ganga. very pious, and very sacred even today. So how this story, the story is little longer, but we have to sum up here because this is the connect. So how does this story connect with knowledge management? This is what we are going to see. The learning from Adi Guru. Shiva represents the teacher, we, who channels and refines the flow of knowledge, that is Ganga. So knowledge, Ganga is what? Knowledge. And Shiva is what? We. The left uncontrolled knowledge like mighty Ganga can be overwhelming. Shiva's dreadlock symbolizes the cognitive capability. Shiva's dreadlock is our cognitive capability, filtering and directing knowledge with the wisdom. A teacher must stem arrogance and chaos, ensuring knowledge is structured and purposeful. You cannot pass on what you received to your downline. So, what is Shiva? Shiva is we. What is Ganga? Ganga is knowledge. Knowledge always comes with the fierce flow, and it always comes with the arrogance. Dreadlock of Shiva is our cognitive capability. We are there to churn that knowledge and pass on to our downline in the streams what they can understand and desire. So this is the significance of Ganga, Jata, Shiva, dreadlock, and the knowledge management. Now, what is tacit and explicit knowledge? Let us understand with this model. This model has been developed by this theory and model has been developed by two Japanese theoreticians, and it is very well accepted the world over. Tacit knowledge, which we call it as internalized or the intuitive knowledge, and explicit knowledge, which is a structured or the shareable knowledge, must be balanced. Like Ganga's sanctified descent, knowledge must flow purely and meaningfully. When guided well, it nurtures individuals and organization, fostering wisdom and growth. If you look at this particular model, I could find a synchronicity even with the round which is there in the middle. That also looks like the dreadlock. Let us, I will take you to one small video which I liked it, and this will give you a better understanding of what is tacit and explicit. My particular way of thinking is that the internalization or the tacit knowledge which we get by observing or imitating or brainstorming, I also go little more one step ahead. I mean, something what even we carry as the knowledge. Many a times you are passing by some road in some unknown city, you are traveling for the first ever time, then also you will feel that, oh, okay, this road is known to me. There is something which is known to this area to me. Now, where does this knowledge comes from? You had never been to that city, you had never seen that road, you have never passed, you have never made any journey to that, but still you feel like that. So, something what we carry as the pre-data at our birth time is also part of the tacit knowledge. Anyway, that is not the science, so someone may doubt, but everything cannot be E is equal to mc square. So this is what I wanted to tell you. So that is our tacit knowledge. Explicit knowledge, we understand our academic is kind of an explicit knowledge. We make a combination of both the things, something which we received as explicit knowledge, then we add on our own internal knowledge into that, then we again make it explicit, again it goes as an internal knowledge, Again, we make it explicit. This is how the entire rotation goes on. Let us understand by a small video. I will take you to a small video. Just a second.
Thus, the video is not being played. We
Not
are
being
not able
played.
to watch it.
One second. It's not playing. You don't see on the screen, Dr. Vikas?
The black screen is there in front of us, but no visuals are there.
Give me a second. Now, Dr. Vikas, now you can see
Just the black screen.
still the black screen. Okay. Now can you see?
Yes. Now it's being played. But the sound is not there in the video.
Sorry,
The sound is not there. Only visuals are being
it's not
played.
there. In any case, it's a background score which is running.
All right.
Okay. Right. So that was the video model of SCCM, tacit and explicit, making it easier to understand, tacit and explicit. Now, few examples from the real world, and I have chosen examples from academic point of view also, and from the corporate world also. If you see this National Digital Library of India, NDLI, which is an initiative by Ministry of Education and IIT Kharagpur, this is the biggest repository that provide access to millions of academic resources, including books, research papers, e-learning, etc. You may read the entire example from Google or any other AI resources, and it will give you a lot more insight. But I thought I should give you some example from your own fraternity or from your own field, and from the corporate world. This is the most interesting example. If we talk about the knowledge management, it's a wise guy model by the ICICI Bank, a leading brand into the private banking sector. They launched this model long back, and the initial idea was to ensure that at any point of servicing, the servicing to the customer should be remain at one particular standard. Now, when a branch manager interacting with the clients, it's a human to human approach, there might be quite many things in terms of their question and answer and their communication. So they wanted the branch managers or the critical members of the team to put everything on the knot and into this particular intranet which they developed. Initially, managers were, not very keen. That is something, it's a boring thing. Why I, put everything on that. So what they did was, the second step, they linked that with the incentives. And then they found that a lot of people are now contributing to this particular model. But that was also not enough. Then they linked with the pay packages, the way, you guys are linked with sixth pay and whatever pay commissions are there. In similar fashion, they linked with their performance assessment, which happens annually. Then everyone started sharing. Now, the beauty of this entire model is, now this model is quite graduated, and there are a lot many things which has been entered by the management, senior, middle, and junior, all the levels. The outcome of this knowledge management was that they streamlined the process across the country, across their branches. So if you are traveling from Tamil Nadu coming to Rajkot, and if you are ICICI Bank customer, you will find the similar kind of experience, because they have all the knowledge about you, sharing your experiences with your Tamil Nadu branch. So this Rajkot branch manager can access, and then on the similar line, they can service you. This was about the ICICI Bank. Again, from your fraternity, eGyan Kiosk, the IGNU digital repository itself is very huge example of the knowledge management. Something which was not happening in India in early days, but now we could see all these happenings. Again, from the corporate world, this is the classical example of Toyota. It all started before the days of computers, and they called it as A3 report, A3 page, which is 12 by 18 page, which was given to the, again, to the junior, middle, and senior level of managers. And they are asked to, put the structured knowledge on that A3 sheet. Now, A3 sheet, 12 by 18, double the size of A4 sheet, which we normally use. It's a huge data. But Toyota wanted this. And then they were able to collect the huge data from the people who have been sharing with them. And everything has been documented and structured, and that knowledge was shared with everyone. I'm talking about this happening much before the computer era even. So this is what the knowledge management is. Today, Toyota has a very structured way of doing with the technology, but they started long back. Again, from your fraternity, the initiative like Swayam and Swayam Prabha, by the Ministry of Education, the government of India, is also the big examples of managing the knowledge. IITs and IIM, etc., with the options of certification is also possible with Swayam. And similarly, the Swayam Prabha. Again, the example of this is also a very interesting example from the corporate. I'm an admin, so this comes very frequent. The Knowledge Cafe, introduced by the British Petroleum, and this provides the informal platform to the employees across all the levels in the world to share their experiences and expertise, and then this being structured and collected in such a fashion that everyone can have the access of that. This is the wonderful initiative by British Petroleum, and it is still on with majority of the countries, and these cafes are there only for their employees. One more from your fraternity and your world or your zone, that is the iSTEM Science, Technology, Engineering Facilities, which was again the initiative of the Principal Scientific Advisor, Government of India, and it's a national portal that enables researchers to access high-end R&D infrastructure across institutions. Today, I'm taking 5-10 minutes more because we started little late, but from tomorrow it will be on time. So please bear with me. And again, one more example from the corporate world, that is TCS. They developed AI-driven management platform, which is known as Nomax. Very interesting case study. If you do the Google, you will be able to get more information on this. But here today, we finish it up with the first episode of knowledge management, which is the Autran of Ganga, Shiva Katha of accepting the descent of Ganga on his forehead, on his mastis, with dreadlock, on his dreadlock, and he sanctifies the very pure and sacred Ganga then after. So, knowledge management, I again repeat, knowledge is Ganga. Knowledge always comes with the fierce flow and the arrogance. Shiv is we. Dreadlock or the jata is the cognitive capability of our brain, and we have to churn the fierce flow and we have to pass to the downline. So with this, I sum up my first session on the knowledge management with the Shiva Katha. I am here to accept any questions coming from your end. Dr. Vikas?
Yes, sir. We have a question from Nandaji. Uh, the question is, sir, could you please repeat what Jata and dreadlock symbolizes as Ganga is symbolized as the flow of knowledge? Your insights, please.
I'm sorry, I didn't get. Can you repeat the question once again?
It's there in the chat. You can also read it. Could you please repeat what Jata and dreadlock symbolize as Ganga is symbolized as the flow of knowledge?
We'll come to that in the different sessions. So I don't want to, reveal the curiosity for the other episodes. So once we'll come to that episode, we'll discuss on that at length.
So, and one more thing. So, in the initial of this program, you said Maheshment. Am I right? Maheshment.
Yes, management.
Can you explain the term, sir, please? How it is that word came?
It's Mahesh and management. I have, clubbed these two words. That is management, and everything what we do is the learning from the Lord of the Lords, Mahesh. So it's Maheshment.
Okay.
Am I able to answer you?
And so, and all of a sudden, why this academically we are looking to so traditional like IKS, Indian knowledge system everywhere. It is coming up. Why all of a sudden, sir? Why this is very important nowadays to learn about this?
All right. Yeah, because let me tell you that we have a very rich text available with us. Possibly we have forgotten after the colonial regime and the Britishers' rule for certain 100 years, and prior to that, even the Mughal Empire. We have forgotten this. And to be very honest with you, that today we find lot many answers from our rich texts like Vedas and Puranas and so many other religious texts to so many things. And even the Western countries have started acknowledging and appreciating that. Yoga is one of the finest example which I can give you. Today, world over, Yoga Day is celebrated, and you find people doing yoga at Times Square, or you are finding people doing yoga at near the Eiffel Tower, and so on and so forth, even in Dubai and Muslim countries. So this is one of the learnings from our hoary heritage, what we carry. If we get the answer to our today's uncertainty or any such things, why not this text?
Okay, sir.
May I say something here?
Yes, ma'am.
See, even in Jain, this is regarding to the question that the person has asked. I'm just adding to your reply, sir. That in even in Jain sect, religion, the saints and sadhvis, they wear something called muhpatti, which is similar to our corona mask, bit
Yeah,
different, but
yeah,
they are always supposed to, once they take the sannyas, they always wear this muhpatti.
right.
So even in those days they understood the importance of, keeping the breath and the I mean, they knew that something of the sort may come up. Secondly, when we pour water to people tree, now see, all our ancestors in those days, they knew that oxygen, people is the only tree that gives oxygen 24/7.
Correct.
So they put in the religion, they inserted all these things as not as it was a daily practice, a daily habit of going towards near the people tree. Ever since the child is born, the grandparents would take, or parents would take, somebody would. It was a way of, they knew that in future days oxygen will be in rich demand. I mean, see, these, that is why IKS is needed. That is what I feel. And
Yes.
there are thousands of such examples in all the texts and in all the ancient those shastras, where we now at least we can understand what was the reason why they introduced this.
Correct.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Resham. In fact, I belong to this Jain sect, what you were referring to, which is known as Thanakvasi Jains. I belong to that sect, so I know that.
Yes, sir.
There are so many things, not only the Muhpati, what you referred, but drinking hot water or doing some fasting, or before the sunset we should take our meal. So many things which are associated with the science and the right way of living, or the good way of living. So yes, I interpret in little different manner. See, I will tell you that uh, the first knowledge came to the humankind was Vedas. Now, Vedas were very difficult, and it was, for the common human, it was difficult to analyze. So the very learned people, they realized that people with lesser IQs in the coming generation will not be able to digest the knowledge of Vedas. So they developed the Puranas, which came after several thousand years. And this Purana has associated the knowledge and wisdom of Veda with our rituals and the religious activity, which made a human to understand and follow. And this is what we do. Now, this is my way of understanding or interpreting. I may be wrong also. So this is how I understand. Yes, please. Anyone else?
May I speak something?
Yeah, please continue.
First of all, sir, thank you for such an insightful session, because our ancient history is such that they knew that we would crawl back to them again and again.
Okay.
Would you be kind enough to show the photo of Ganga and Jata?
Yeah, sure. Why not? Why not? And the
This is
painting which
something,
I
yes. I would love to research about it more, because this is something which I feel everybody was oblivious with.
Okay. 1 second.
I will also share the same photo in Nucleus.
Able to see now?
Yes, sir. Thank you so very much.
Yeah.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah. Welcome. Let it be.
Hello. So I have a question. Hello.
Yes, please.
So just a doubt. The incident of Kapil Muni that you mentioned.
Yes.
Is he the same Kapil of Kardam Muni, the son of Kardam and Devahuti?
I am unsure about it. I need to check. I will come back to you tomorrow.
Sure. Thank you.
Hopefully that only, but I need to check.
Okay.
Fine, Dr. Vikas, I think we should sum up now. I hope we don't have any more questions.
Fine. Let's continue for today. Let's call it a day, and let's meet at sharp 7 p.m. So we can start with the lecture.
Yeah. I was not able to